Well, it's fast approaching. The recent experience into the from Manchester could be healthy. It's 2 down
against Manchester City.
It's been a baking hot day here. We see Pep Guardiola, the City arch
ball. Jaco Martinez.
Haaland now with his first chance to test it. And he's now 1 win from becoming Italians, but tonight would be the best.
Very calm, obviously down there, the atmosphere. Interesting game.
Bali is the first team to win this cup. Juventus at Old Trafford, authentic front two with Martinez. And we will see Lukaku at Barella, who's been named the best midfielder.
Was instrumental in there.
Who of course was heartbroken not to stop.
Brilliant by Bernardo Silva, but what corner, lovely play by...
Picking up, especially when Bernardo goes into...
With the last Italian winners back in 12, chasing the treble tonight, but in tonight, only trained once since he's been injured. The ball in the early third. Then on restarts, they have Denzel
down on him.
The competition is Kevin De Bruyne inside the stadium tonight. It's a bit of a...
Yeah, wonderful. Everybody made it, as you said, it is a distance.
There are winners of big competitions.
And he's a threat.
Turkey.
Match of the minute, shall I go, shall I stop?
He says the ball didn't go. He needed to work out, but it's partly between these two.
Yeah, definitely. The game's being controlled by Man City.
The City keen to play as quick as the usual rhythm that we see when...
Of course it was, but the closing down there.
Haaland.
2 in the penalty area.
Barella was the wing back, this time on the other side.
I looped one. You know what the like at Chapeon, Manchester City.
Players who can be extremely chirpy, of course, in a situation like this one. Glue.
Or did like City were all
down to Ake.
But Fletcher's an example of how they're in the right back position to make it.
Hopefully, in the technical area, we'll give him that. They've averaged the manager a year since Test left in 2010, but 2 years is a bit of an outlier for a club that was desperate to see Pep Guardiola. I wonder what he's thinking tonight.
Absolutely, Walker's performances against Real Madrid.
28 goals this season for the world. They're a team that kept 5 in 6 matches since the... And a lot do actually play well against this need to do well on a night like this.
11 out of 12 a couple of months ago. Already won 2 this year, so he knows what to... In the overriding...
Ruben Diaz. Grealish on the... Inter by Francesco. Stage where the first goal is going to be so in this one. The first breakthrough could be so man, but it falls here. Brozovic
passes in their own half maybe, and
Jack Grealish starts to make the run.
They're almost challenging.
Challenged in there by a Akanji. It's Gundogan.
By Gundogan. Cut a little bit, but he's up and about, which is the most
in the knockout stages. Matteo Dar.
Yeah, and you see Cesc said it.
In the last couple of months have been an absolute rebel. His first Champions League final at the age of 7, and he went for goal there, Barella. It would have been a problem. It would have had the owner there, Steve. Just say relax.
That's a couple of little...
Haaland chance was what we'd come to expect.
With the match. Puts Haaland away.
And that's where the space is created. And that
Martinez made the challenge. Kevin De Bruyne into play. The ability to score from that kind of range.
Apart from more space on the attack now.
Forward by Nathan Ake. Successes as well. And while we's a big concern for Manchester City,
it's always something more serious than first sport. Hopes will be devastating. 2 Champions League finals.
Yeah, it does not look like a good sign at all. Kevin De Bruyne, if he is
season the most assists in the top. What a talismanic figure he is. Manchester City, you need your best players out.
But he admires him for the response.
Manchester City fans took their time a little bit
off. And an answer to your question is heroes.
Here it crunching challenge there on Haaland. Now Bernardo Silva.
He kept on running into it, and you knew it was just a definite not to have to come off injured.
As Jolien said, the second time in Champions League final, but one of
someone that loves the club.
Like anybody coming off injured in any game.
9 from Vancouver. MotoGP subscription is required.
Chapeon, Intarmilan.
But here in Denzel Dumfries.
Possession, as strange as that may sound, you may
Scoring chances have been.
A little ball is being received.
He's only on loan this season from last. Fascinating battle down here between Dumfries and Manchester can get the quality delivery into the box.
He gets a straight kick to
for Manchester City. The area. And Phil Foden is just pulling and pushing.
Aren't they? We know that. What looks to
Simone Inzaghi there in Champions League. Stoney quickly there to Phil.
times out here now. I think he's been telling people to cut the extra pass if needed, the extra touch if needed. Frustrating City by
City having to work hard against the
to get the job done.
I think Pep made their talking with Rio before, and we thought fantastic asset for the second half.
Man to man at the back when they have the ball. City.
I think that City should go on the one because they have quality.
Back up to the gantry for Coke. Level sport, which of course it's what we're doing. The only certainty of chasing history.
Moments of magic that can turn the game all time, trying to instill some.
Quiet first, made a change at half-time, so Inter standingly well in the face of the press and the bomb. Now the referee's going to check on him.
Ronaldo just stops his run. You see there, he just stops his run. Pep thought of it.
And he's been an Inter. Steve mentions that the substitution thing here for Man. He did it very well, didn't he, that night?
Oh, also into him with quality, so
he can profit from. Too aggressive there.
Well, Damiani nearly
back on his feet. Might be
the season every year.
If it wasn't for him, it was Darmian on Jack. He starts to lose possession. There's the Darmian foul on Jack. Well, the referee got it correct.
For most of them in there, despite his best efforts, Kanji, Kevin De Bruyne. Though the Inter players again, Martinez.
I think it may have been on instruction because he didn't. Just dived across him.
Martinez for Inter Milan.
To Milan fans.
It goes to Bastoni. His moment. Usually
he got a point to prove. He'll probably be turning back up at
Checo's night is over. In league football for Inter in the goals in all competitions.
Be more patient with Romelu Lukaku a bit.
Between goalkeeper and no card, the first of the final for Manchester City after they got away with one of the
communication from the keeper. So you have it. Let's see Lukaku.
That's what they've done all night and can't prepare for. In order to
the manager might just have had an impact.
And half of games fatigue sets in.
For Manchester City, and whipped into the box and headed on. The route into half now with Lukaku. He's going to move across the line a lot more. Manchester City, but not the kind of
it is. How much of possession is the strange part for me.
For Inter, flicked on there by Brozovic. But those kind of attacks have been fewer.
Yes, they have. Slightly the game, little tiny bit more.
Stones and Bastoni.
Come together, you see he puts his head in. More fun and games. There wasn't he? Wow.
I think they're the frustrated ones. Bastoni, and the referee's clearly looking at it. Having the opportunity for Inter. Well, they've just...
It's not a game, it's a rich game.